Hello and welcome back to Kitten Up Kitten, and today I have got a little video, and it is a little video because I've only got this little section here to do. So I want to introduce you to my Heaven and Earth design. So this is what I've been talking about when I've been saying about my project. Heaven and Earth is a company that does cross stitch patterns, and basically you can convert a cross stitch to a diamond painting, which is what I'm doing because you use a chart. So I wanted to come on. Now I started this the other day, so I've just done a little bit, and I wanted to show you if I can get it in camera range. So let's just zoom out a little bit. That's better. If I zoom out, you can see it better. So I am using an app called Pattern Keeper. So when you purchase your cross stitch pattern, you can upload it onto an app. So I've got a Huawei tablet, and I have downloaded that. I've also done printed copies to make my labels, etc. And basically it gives you the option, as you can see, if I can turn this round that way, I'm hoping that you can see on the camera that that is the chart that I'm using. That is the chart I'm working off. Can you see that okay? So basically, you can zoom this out, you can zoom this in. So this here is the section that I've already done, and I've set it up so that it shows what it looks like. Okay, so bear with me, I've never done anything like this before, let alone try to explain it. So this little section here is the one I'm going to be working on, which is this bit here. So it's a part section. Down the side you will have every single DMC number, and at the side of it, it will tell you what number it is, how many you need of that drill count, and it will then count them down. So if I look on the far side here, it tells me that I've done 1,200 stitches. So that's 1,200 drills of 37,350. So I'm 3.21% complete. I started this the other day because I got it out to show how I set it up. And I was like, right, I want to do it now. I want to make a start. So today, over the last few days, including today, I have put away all of my square diamonds. I have made sure that I've got some of all of the numbers that I've got in my cases so that I can make a start. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my hardest to film this so you can see what I am doing. Now you probably won't be able to see every drill that I put down or anything like that. Before I do this, you will see I have got the bottom part of this rolled around a foam core, and what I will do as I'm working on it is I will wrap this end around some foam core, or I've got some pipe lagging. And I apologise if you are coming here for the very first time and you're wondering what the hell is she talking about. So basically, yes, we are working by a cross stitch chart and converting it into a diamond painting on a blank canvas. Now this is a blank gridded canvas, and what I have done, I have marked at the top of my canvas here where my groups of 10 are. Under here I've got a little cheap tape measure that I cut off because that helps me then figure out where my 10 is, so I know that my 10 line is there. I'm hoping this makes sense, I really do. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this is the best way I found of working, I learnt this from Rebecca, so Bless her for helping out on that. Because I have got 2 120 bottle cases. My Alexa's now talking to me. I don't know why.
I couldn't find that name. Do you want to talk about Ashley's Echo Dot?
Alexa, stop. Okay, I don't know what was going. I'm telling you, these Alexa things, they're going to kill us one day. I'm telling you right now. Visions of hell. That's all I'm saying. So what I am going to do, I am going to increase this. You can increase the size of this. So I'm going to do it that big because I can see. Now you will see you've got the symbols here. At the top of the screen, you have got this symbol, which is what you can use to make it smaller, make it bigger. So zooming in, zooming out. I'm going to do it so that I can see just these 2.5 squares here. This one here, you can use to search for a symbol. So if I tap on that 8, it will tell me down here that that's 823. If I go on to this symbol, this is what I'm using when I'm marking off what I'm doing. And if I mark off that particular symbol, I can tick it there and it will come off. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Let's mark it off. Now let's tap on it again. You will get a frog symbol. You click the frog, it will take it back off again. Like that. Are you with me so far? So I'm going to go on to, I want this square. I want this one here, this symbol here. Now they're 939s. So the reason I want the 939s is so that I can fit my other colours around it. And because we've got the most of that colour, it makes sense to do that one first. So I'm going to get my other case out. And it's not easy when you've got 2 lots of cases. So 939. I very much do work off symbol anyway. But it is slightly different on this one. It is a different way of working. Actually, I'm going to use that pen. I quite like that one. So these are my 939s. And I'm literally going to start working. I apologise if I haven't explained this very well. I can say to you, if you are interested in doing something like this, or you would like to see something like this, please do visit Add More Zest. She has a whole series. All right, that's not going to work because it's not sticky enough. Let's do that one. She has a whole series on her Heaven and Earth project. It is exactly the same canvas, except for she is doing the full-size version. I am doing the mini. So what you do, I'm going to put that onto the pen. I'm going to highlight that square because I've done that square. I'm going to highlight those 3 because I've done those 3. There is a gap of 1 and then there is 3. So it is very much, you can multi-place on this. I'm choosing not to. Once I've done that row, I'm going to hit that because it's going to colour it in. Now it's set at the minute to colour it in with, so you can see the symbol still. If I go and change this to use a flat colour and then go back, you will then see, if I zoom out, no, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Let's go back. I told you. Let's take that off. Let's go back again. There we go. I can do it so that it's blocked out completely so you can start to see the design. I prefer to do it translucent just because if I go wrong, which I will, I can pick it back up again. Just as Rebecca did when she did hers, I ignore this row completely. I'm just going to work off these, because at the end of the day, if you get too confused, if you try and do too big an area. Now, I have been working on a 2x6 section. This is just the end section. And that's why once you've got your first row in, you've then got somewhere to put your second in. Oh, put it on the wrong one. Hang on, let's move that back over. So it does make it a little bit more difficult because you've got a half section here. But you know what? It's working. It's fine. So let me highlight those. Why are you not highlighting? Probably because I've just done my nails. Right, let's go back. So we want those two. And then we've got a gap of 1, and then 1, and then a gap of 1, and then 1. And that's it. That is how you work. Please do not think that I will not make mistakes. I will. I already have on the other bits. The beauty of this pattern, see, I've just highlighted one extra that I didn't need. So we've got a gap of 1 and then 1. So that's that one, a gap of 1 and then 1. So that's that done. Now you could do the whole square and then mark it off. I will get too confused if I try and do that. So I'm literally just using the last row to tell me where I'm going. So it's 1, miss 2, and then 1, miss 1, and then 1. And now you see, miss 2 and now 2. Now you see why I didn't think doing my regular whip and ramble question and answer sessions would work, because it takes a little bit more concentration. So next to that one, we've got 1, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to mark those as done. We miss 1, and then we've got 3. If you are a cross stitcher and you have done counted cross stitch, you will absolutely be able to do this. But to be fair, even if you haven't, you will. It is gridded there for you, and as long as you've got some way of marking up where the rows are, you can do it. It's a case of just counting where you're putting your stitches. Now this orange line, if you're wondering what that is, it's a page break. That's what it's there for. I think you can take that off. I haven't tried it, but that is now that half section done. So the next row, we've got 1. Now I'm doing it in rows or columns actually, just because I find it easier to do that. So we miss 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got 2. And then we miss 2, so that's that row done. Tick that off. It's as simple as that. Now the reason that I chose this canvas to do was, 1, I loved the image. Secondly, because there are 238 colours, I think, when you're saving your spares, you'll very often get different colour tones, you know, especially if you're pulling them from multiple companies. And when you're doing something that's as confetti as this, it means that it doesn't matter if you've got a slightly different colour, especially if those sections are quite far apart. You know, if they're all making up one big section, then fair enough. You know, you may need those to be the same colour. But if not, it doesn't matter so much. So it's just an easy way to build your spares up. And a lot of these colours you don't actually need that many for. I've got some of these colours that I only need 2 or 12 or 18. You know, they're quite small amounts. And that makes it easier to use your spares. So if you saw then, because of my stupidly long nails, I overlapped. I have done my nails today. I went with Pride Rainbows. So I definitely am feeling better. And this is just the way I've been doing it. I'm just working it column by column. Getting this one big colour in first, because I will then use that to find the spaces for the following ones. So I had to take a quick break because my mum came down. She's currently sitting in the garage having a cigarette. So if she comes back in, right, so we need to do those ones. Right, if she comes back in, and I just go quiet, you know why. Right, so done those ones, this one, and then one. So this is why I said that this, working on this would be different to me doing a normal whip, because I'm single placing, because there's a lot of colours and you've got to be quite precise about where you're putting them. And also because it takes a little bit more concentration. So, you know, I'm not sure how well I will cope trying to film it at the same time. There was no reason for me choosing this section to do over anything else other than I needed to do it. And I did want to make a start on this. You know, I've had everything ready since before I started filming. So pretty much as soon as I started. And then we've got Miss 4 and then 1. Because I found Rebecca quite early on and knew it was something I wanted to try. But it is a little bit harder, you know, it is a challenge. Just going to move that up slightly. 1, Miss 4, and then 4. So there may be a fair bit of me counting. There may be a bit of me cursing. So I apologise for any swear words. There may be a good bit. Let's clear that because I just did one too many. There may be parts of it where I'm having to take drills back off, or I'm having to recount because I've put one in the wrong place. You know, it does take a little bit more, or quite a bit more, thinking about. I mean, imagine what it would be like if I was doing the full-size version. I mean, it's going to take a lot longer. But I thought for a first video, I could at least come on and just show you what it's like working on it. Now, the beauty of having all of the DMC numbers down the side is... Oh, no. Let's clear that. Done those 3, haven't I? Yes. Miss 1, 1, miss 1, 1. Right, miss 1, 1. This is what I mean. If you're not concentrating, you can very quickly. And obviously, I haven't been diamond painting that long. So, to try something like this, I need to move it over a bit. So, I'm guessing. So, this will be my last row. So actually, where I've marked it as being the last row, that's actually incorrect. I've got quite a big overhang here still. So I may cut that down a bit more. 2, miss 2, 1, miss 1, and then 2. Now Rebecca, when she did hers, she actually marked on her canvas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this over, because that is actually where it stops. So you can see I've got a huge amount here. So I may just leave it, because at the end of the day, I can just leave some cover paper on there and do that. But I just wanted to move it over and make sure that I had actually done it. So now I've done that bit, I'm now going to come down on this bit. So we're going to start this one again. So this one is one up from the bottom. I know that's the last row, because that's where I've got my tape. And then we've got miss a row, and then we've got one right on the top. So that's one there. And then we've got one in line with that, but a row apart. That's that one there. Once you get into it, once you get into the rhythm of what you're doing, it's actually quite easy. It's just the number of colours that you've got. So let's just get that one in. So because you've got the DMC numbers, now you will notice you have got 1 to 34, which are DMC codes that don't exist anymore. All of those I have found an alternative for. Now some of them, the alternative was already a DMC number I was going to be using, so I ended up finding another alternative by going for colour. But a lot of them aren't large amounts. Now a couple of them I've actually swapped for ABs, because I thought, why not? I've got them, I may as well. Miss 1 and then put 1 in, miss 2 and then 1. Is that it for that row? Yes it is. So that's that. Clear. That's that row done. You know, you can do it whichever way you want. I think a project.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know if you were taping that up.
Yep. Miss 1, 1, miss 1, 2. Okay, so that's that row done. Heaven and Earth have so many designs, it is crazy. And as someone said the other day, if you go when they've got a sale on, you can pick these charts up for as little as £5. I mean, that's bloody amazing. The only downside is that a lot of the conversions are very, very big canvases. If that's a downside, you know, if you want to have a good size project, then why not? Why not give it a go? So today has mainly been finishing off sorting out my spare storage. My squares are now all complete, including taking out the ones that I needed for this, because when I do my kitting down of any squares, I automatically kit down what I need into this first. So that got one there and one there, just because it makes sense to. There's no point in me putting it away and then having to get it back out again. So squares is fully done. There's 2 and then we've got 3. 1, 2, 3. And I will say that some of these drills are not the best. I did purchase a complete set of all the DMC numbers. I think there was around 100, maybe 150 to 200 drills in each pack. Right, so we've got one right at the top, just there. miss one and then two. So I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to watch me work on this one, because it is pretty much just me counting to myself. So please let me know if it's something that you want to see. I mean, you know, if not, oh, you bugger. If not, then I'll just do this in my spare time. I mean, it's not something I'm going to work on every day. Some of the larger numbers, I'm not even going to have enough drills for. They'll reach a point where I may run out of drills because I haven't got quite enough yet. Now, when Rebecca did hers, she left gaps. I don't want to do that because it'll annoy me. There's also the fact that if I've got a gap, it means that that gap is uncovered because, of course, there won't be any paper on it. And then, you know, you've got the chance of getting stuff in it. Now, obviously, because I am a nail tech, there's glitter flying around. Everything is behind me because, of course, I'm working on my nail table. I have a dog, so I'll end up with dog hair on those bits. It's just not something I want to risk doing. So I'm not going to. If I get to a point where I've run out of a certain colour, then I will just stop working on it until I get some more drills. Things like the 939s, 310s, etc. are easy because we end up with a lot of those, don't we? But some of the other colours not so much. So please do not think that this is going to be finished in 6 months or even a year. It may not. It may take a lot longer than that. But, you know, I've got time. It's fine. So we've got 2 there. And then we've got a gap, and then we've got 3. I think it helps to have a main colour in because that gives you your outline then for the rest of the drills. But I absolutely love this app. Absolutely love it. Right, so that one's there. No. That one. Miss one. It's that one. Miss one and then do. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do other things while I'm doing this. You know, it is very feasible that I could do this and watch or listen to YouTube. The problem is I would have to listen on my phone because obviously I'm using my tablet. And I use my tablet for everything. Absolutely everything. So these will not be whip and rambles as such. I'm not going to be answering questions from people, etc., because I just need to concentrate. So I have now completed the 939. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put that case to one side for a second, which is why I cleared a space behind me. And I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work my way down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for number 1. Don't have any of those. Or 2s. And literally you just work your way down until you come across a symbol you need. Now I prefer to do it this way because it means I'm not going from case to case. I could click on the symbol and do it that way, but I would then need all 4 sections of my cases out all at the same time, and I don't have enough space for that. So although this doesn't take that long to scroll through. So you're literally waiting to see a green symbol because it will highlight green when they've got one. At the minute we have nothing. Now I'm ignoring anything. No, I'm ignoring anything that comes up below this line because I'm not working on that section yet. And I have to be very methodical about how I do this. But what I don't want to be doing is going from 4 different, you know, sections in my 2 cases. If I do it this way, then I will know once I get to a certain number that I need to go into the second case. So nothing so far. Got some really random symbols on here. Yeah, nothing so far, look. 647, 680. I'm guessing when you've got to try and find 238 or 239 symbols that you're having to use some random ones. But we're okay so far. Now I think this case goes up to 831. So the minute we get to 831, I can fetch the other case out. Nothing so far. And this is quite a small section because it's the end section. But this will mean once I've done, there we go, 796. So let's move that one. 796 took a while, didn't it? We only actually need 2. So because I've now got that chart in, I can then use this patterning to gauge where the other ones are. So we've got this square of 5 and it's 1 in the middle. So that's 1. Oop, had it on the wrong thing. So that's 1. And then we've got 1 down here. And it's down to, there you go. So it's 1, 3 down and across. So it's 1 there. And that's that one done. So yes, it's very bitty. So that will take a little bit longer. Now the drills, I have been saving, as I've been doing quite a few decent squares as well. But I do have some cheaper drills in here. And right, we only need 1. So I'm going to pull it out the pot. There's no point me tipping any of those out, but some of the drills aren't as good as that. So this one is up 1, across 3, and it's the 4th one, like so. That's that done. And then we go back to searching. There we go, 820. We've got loads. 820, all the dark blues for this sky. Lots and lots, look. So yeah, it is very much a 1 bit at a time. So in this first row, we've got 1 there, which is clear. That one. Now, I do find it easier to leave them highlighted, especially when you're doing the colours like this, until I've got them all in. So I might highlight them in purple to show that I've done that one. But I won't actually click complete until I've done that whole square. Because that way I know exactly where I am. So that'll be that 3. So that one's there. So there we go. That's that square done. So then we're coming down to the next one. And we've got 2 down here. So things I wanted to get done today was pretty much right. So we've got this whole, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's them. Miss 1 and 1. So that's that one. And then we've got 2, 4, 6 again. And it's the third one down. That's the black one, miss 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I am pretty much cherry picking the best drills in this instance, just because by picking the best ones I can make sure that I'm getting the best finish that I can. So right here I have now forgotten where I am, so it's that one there, that one there, which are those, and then we've got one over. See, I've done it again. This is my own fault. One, and we've got one there, so that's that one. Okay, back to the top. Right, where's the start of those? This is what I mean. Sometimes you just have to concentrate. So I think it's those 4. 1, no, it was that one. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, and then it's that one, and then it's that one. 4, and then we've got one right over here. So we're looking for a 3 space and a single space. Yeah, it's there. There we go. That's that symbol done. Oh, how easy is it to go wrong? Oh, and now the dog wants to go out. Oh, let's do that again. No. What have I done wrong? No, that's right. Okay, so that's 820. We don't have any 822, and the rest we've got a huge lump of 823. So the majority of these are actually in this first case. Let me just let the dog out, because she will just keep standing at the door. I'll be back in a second. So that's the dog outside. It's a little bit cooler again today. We had a lot of rain yesterday, so very much cooler today. So luckily for me, the majority of these are now 823s. Which makes it easy to fill in, because I know all of this top square is 823. I've 2 stuck together then. So that top square ends here. So I need to leave those empty. But everything else I can fill in. Like I said, you know, I'm keeping good quality squares, but I do have some not so good quality. I'm just hoping that they don't pop too much, because I would like this to go on my wall. I'm not 100% sure on how good the clarity may be. Is that all of them? I think that is. So we'll do this one. You know, I don't know how detailed it will be because I'm doing it in the mini version. But what a great... So that's those. And then 2 down here. So we want these 3. Which are those ones. Just try and get some mist rays out of the way. I mean, it's a hell of an achievement, isn't it, to do something like this? Oh, just knocked it off. So that's oh, where's it gone? 823. Right, so let's do that. We'll do those ones because I've done those and I've done that one and I've done them. Right, so these are all luckily there's no other colour in this, so I can't really go wrong. It's this bottom square where the other colours come in, but there's not many of them. See, all of this is $823. Which is good. So I'm just going to make a little mark on my paper here. That just tells me where I need to stop for those squares, because there's no point me marking these off singly when I know that they're all 823. So we'll just get them all in. So I think you can agree, slightly different to the normal Whipham Chats. Got a drill there that's no good, because it's much more diamond painting focused on this. I mean, I'm not sure how often I will get onto this to do it. I think the videos will be a little bit longer if I do one of the larger sections, just because you're changing colours so many times. I mean, not even so much on this because they are pretty much the same colours. So I'm just running my hand over to make sure I've got no... And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of those, all of those, all of those, like that, because that is that done. And then we're on to this bottom square. So these 5 here and this one are different, but everything else is an 823. So I'm just going to fill all of those gaps in. If you are watching this video for the very first time, please do not let this put you off diamond painting. This is not a normal diamond painting video. This is a conversion, which does make it a little bit trickier. Please do, however, go and check out my other videos, because they will be much more the normal thing. However, if like me, you have been inspired to try converting a cross stitch pattern to a diamond painting, this series will be perfect for you, because you can learn from my mistakes. I have watched a number of videos today actually, because I was, you know, getting stuff set up and just sorting out storage and all that sort of thing. And I can't even remember what I was going to say now. That has gone completely. Sidetracked. This will probably be the quickest section I've ever done, just because you've got so many of the same colour. You need vast amounts of 823s and 310s. Can't remember the other colours. I have got at least 2 that I haven't got any of. Now, because I ordered a set with every single colour in, I'm guessing I've lost them, which wouldn't surprise me, because the amount of times I've got them out to put them all away and I've given up because it was just too daunting. You know, over 400 colours is an awful lot to put away. Right, that's that bit done. So that's the 823. So I'm just going to do these last 2 colours. That will then be the end of this first video. As always, please leave me comments, ask me questions. I will try and answer the questions on the next Whip and Ramble. Let me just, I'm going to search by symbol because we only have 2. 995, and what's this one? Right, so they're both in the other, box. So let me just highlight them because I've done all them. I'll put this box away. Yeah, please do leave me questions. I'm not an expert at this. Like I said, I direct you to Add More Zest if you want to see the full canvas size done, because she's doing a fabulous job. I am still watching it. However, if you'd like to learn alongside me, please do. It's nice to have some company. Okay, so what was the first one? First one was that one. 995. Where are you? 995. Oh, it's this beautiful blue colour. So I only need 4. As always with all my videos, by liking, subscribing and hitting that notification bell, you can stay up to date with videos that I'm doing. I will name this, I will rename the first video part 1, and this one will then be part 2. Ooh. Don't forget to turn your pen back on to say you've done it. And then 3842 for the last 2. And as always, liking and watching my videos is the best way to help support me, because that's what helps my channel grow. And of course, subscribing if you haven't already. I think this is going to be an interesting one, because I'm not quite sure how to approach it, to be fair. I think it's one of those things that will, you know, I think most of the discussions that go on will be relating to this canvas, because it's one of those ones that you have to concentrate on a bit more. But it's fun. I'm loving it. And even just this little section, you know, I've got such a sense of achievement. What I'm not liking is some of the 939s that I've got aren't very good, and I don't know whether it's the canvas that's making them pop, but I may have to give it a roll. Anyway, so that is my first 2 sections done, so I'm just going to highlight those. So if I now zoom out so I can fit it all on the screen, that is my first 2 rows there. And if we go here and then go back, it will show you exactly what you've got. So that is the width of my diamond painting, which is, if I can pull this off, I'll try and do it without pulling any of the drills up. Look at that. Just over 19 centimetres. So tiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my next section. So what I am going to do, I'm going to pull these off. I know that that's my edge there. Oops. That one wasn't cut enough. I tell you what, it's so sticky. So sticky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plonk this down. I'm going to get my marker pen and I'm going to count down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the 10 line is there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that is there. So what I'm going to do, so this was literally a cheap tape measure. It cost me like £1 in a pound shop, and I've cut it to the length that I want it, which is just there. So 18.75. What I am then going to do, I'm just going to try and get a couple of sections that I can use to put down there, because we don't need that bit. So that will be our final edge. And then I'm going to use this piece. I'm going to use these pieces to cover it over, because I don't want any sticking getting on there. So yes, I've got a bit of a Mod Podge of cover papers, but you know, it is what it is. So if I go across here, 4, 8, 2, so 3, which will mean 6, no, 6.5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, do it again, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so it'll be there, and that'll be where we go to. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to mark, let me get that straight, because it's not straight, that's what's bothering me. Like I said, Rebecca did, I don't know if these tweezers are going to work, Rebecca did mark the thicker 10 lines. On the canvas itself, but I think if I can get used to where the lines are, so literally 10 is that one there, and then that's 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10, 6, 8, 10. That's 10, 2, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There you go. So by doing that and just writing on that little bit of tape measure is going to give me a good indication of where I need to be. We know that's the end of my canvas, so I won't need all of that but I don't want to be rolling and unrolling my canvas over and over again, because that's just going to make it, that's just going to give me problems with bubbles and rivers, and I certainly don't want that. So I'm going to use a piece of that. I'm wondering if that, no, it's not quite, is it? But anyway, that is my first whip and chat on my canvas. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing something a little bit different. I'm going to put that back on. It now tells me that I've done 1,500 stitches, so I'm 4.02% of the way through. Now, as you put these stitches on, it counts off how many you've got left to do. So, for instance, 826, I've only got 6 to do. It's a fabulous little piece of kit. It really is. I think it's fabulous. Rebecca's June waffle has just gone up, so that'll tell you that it's just gone 4 o'clock. So I will be disappearing to go and watch that. I don't know what I'm going to work on while I'm watching it. No telling. But yeah, don't want to mess with that too much by taking bits and pieces off. So I'm just going to have random shaped pieces of cover paper, I think. Not the end of the world, is it? You know, you do what you've got to do. I'm really pleased with how that's coming out so far. So as long as I don't get too many popping drills, which, like I said, I think a lot of that is the drills, because some of them are cheap drills. But it's looking nice, you know. One of the numbers, number 1, I've actually replaced with YAB, which is quite cute because it's in the middle of this star here, which I think is fabulous. So that is it from me on this particular whip and ramble. I've lost the cap for my blunt nose tweezers now. There we go. I do hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like if you did. I will be back very, very soon, I'm sure, with another video, and I'm off to go and watch June waffle, so I need to get set up for that. So thank you for joining me. It is, as always, over and out from this Kitten Up Kitten. Bye bye.